Hello and welcome back to another video. Right, now before we get started, I've been saying for the past couple of videos that certain ships were removed from the game. I had to make a correction about the mining hauler, because although yes, it was removed from the servers, it's still in the game. On the other hand, we have behind us here the military transport, as you can see in the thumbnail. Now, I've been playing this game since 2014, and these ships used to spawn in regularly along with the rest of the NPC ships. And in late 2015, early 2016, they removed, Keen removed the military transport, the mining hauler and another ship from the game due to, at the time, performance issues, because back in the early days of Space Engineers, things were pretty laggy when big ships used to spawn in. Used to be a lot of performance issues. So in order to fix that, they removed them from the game. Now, I have not seen that ship spawn in 8 years. And I was on Air server, our Nightfall server. Join if you like. Link is in the description. And all of a sudden, this ship just spawned in. So I don't know if something was done in the contact update that caused this ship to start spawning back into the game. But if anybody else that's watching this video has had the mining transport spawn in on a server while they're playing since the update, can you please comment and let me know? Or else I'm just going crazy, because I have not seen this ship spawn in over 8 years. Right, now let's get on with the video. First of all, a really big thank you to everyone that subscribed and commented and liked on my previous videos. Well appreciated. Right, so let's go and have a look. Right, now, a lot of the original Space Engineers players will remember this ship. It's one from the military faction that used to spawn in. Now, it's pretty heavily armored. You've three at the time they were called missile turrets, so 3 rocket turrets, and you have 4 Gatling guns on it. So you have 2 Gatling guns at the front, you have 1 at the top, and you have 1 on the rear. You know, minimal thrust all around. Like, it's a heavy ship, so it's not meant for speed. You have your antenna stuck in the back here. Now the underneath of the ship has 1 Gatling gun, so there's 5 Gatling guns on this. So the underneath of the ship is pretty lightly armored or defended. But if you actually look, no matter what direction you come at from this ship, you're going to have a Gatling gun pointing in your face. So it wouldn't have been the easiest ships back in the day to capture. Now this also has a booby trap on it, and the booby trap is right under here, and it's a warhead with a thruster in front of it. So once you jumped in and captured this ship and you hit the dampers, that thruster would start firing and the warhead would go off and it basically blow up this whole landing bay that was in here. So let's take a quick look around it. So it's pretty flat, a lot of square edges for some reason, and we will get our HUD up here so we can see what we're doing. We'll get Grinder out. I don't know why they did this with the ship, but this is actually an entry point, and it's a catwalk that's blocking the door. Now I suppose the theory behind it was it's a catwalk, so you can manage to get in here without being shot. Once you get into this section, you're protected. But in order to stop you from being so protected, they put a catwalk there. So you're trying to grind this down, and that's going to shoot a missile at you, or a rocket. So that's just my only reasoning behind why a catwalk would be there. Right. yeah, so as I said, pretty flat squares, not much detail on the ship. A lot of these turrets as well aren't piped up. Like this turret here is just sitting on top of a cargo container. And so is that one. There's no pipe work between them. If I'm not mistaken, it's the same with these ones here. These front ones are just on the cargo container. There's no pipe work connecting to any central point in the ship. Same with this. The only bit of pipe work I can see on this ship is from this Gatling gun right through into the back of the reactor that's in the back there. That's it. So we'll take a look at the inside and we'll go in through the main hangar door. Now, this again was before all the that sensor's just turning on the scanning antenna. Was before all the airtight gates. So we look for the rotor. It is there, and we will hit reverse, and this opens up. And this is your main cargo bay. Oh, sorry, landing bay. Again, all the interior blocks, glass, interior. Now this ship has a few interior turrets. Now, it may not look from the outside, but on the inside, it's pretty big. There's a lot of twists and turns. It's easy to get lost in the ship. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get lost here doing the tour because no matter how many times I enter the ship, I always take a wrong turn. Right, so as you can see on the other side, now I'm only gonna tour one side of the ship because it's mirrored on both sides. And it'll be the same with the refit. So you have a cargo container on both sides. You have a large cargo container in the middle. There's about 8 small cargo containers strewn throughout the ship. Underneath every turret, there's a small cargo container. So we come through here and we have a split in the hallway. So if you go down here and across the this leads to the airlock that I showed you on the outside. That's covered up. It's basically an elevator back up to the next deck. So we come around the corner here, and again, cargo container here. We have a Gatling, not Gatling, an interior turret here. More cargo containers. Again, none of these cargo containers are piped up, and this is your bridge. So to hack this ship, there's your remote control. Once you can get by all these interior turrets. Now, as you notice, this door's open. I didn't open this door. These doors are automatically open when the ship spawns in. So if you decide to come up this way and you manage to take out this interior turret before it takes you out, you get into this door here, you see, oh lovely one, there's the seat, you come in. That little shit over there is going to pop you through the open door. So here's your flight seat, remote control. Again, the usual. Keen, I love yous, love the game. It's one of the best games ever in my opinion. But why are your cockpits so damn claustrophobic? I realised it was in the early game. There wasn't as much detail in the ships as there is now. So we come back out here and we'll come around this way. And it's designed like a maze on purpose because there's not much else in this ship. Like, should we come up here to this level? That's where you come up here. This is your observation area. You're looking over the landing bay. And here we come around here. This brings you back down to the landing bay. So that's where we come in, and I went down that way. So we come back up this way. This leads you to the reactor room. If I can remember. Yeah, it's down this way. There's just access to 2 small reactors. So we come around the corner here, and here is your reactor room. We had 2 gyroscopes and your gravity generator. Now that's basically the tour of the ship. That's literally it. There's an awful lot of space in the ship that is not being utilised because, again, at the time, the game hadn't got many blocks to decorate the inside of your ships. So you have like ramps, you have interior wall blocks, you have upside down passageways. Why did he always put these upside down? That's the top of the passage block. Every single Keen ship, this block is upside down. Like, that's the way you should be walking through this block. That's the top, that's the floor. But I digress again. I have a habit of doing that. Right, so let's go outside and we'll have a look. Now, again, it's a beast of a ship. It's all heavy armor, but very flat and square, and there's no greeble or detail. The closest thing to greeble on the ship is the slatted windows going through it. Other than that, it's just flat, plain and square with all the sharp edges. So let's go over and have a look at the refit. So we're coming over here. You can already see some key changes. A little bit of greeble here, a little bit of greeble here. There's extra lights in, have the aviation lights, so you can tell which is the port and which is the starboard. So red is port, green is starboard. So left and right of the ship. So we come on in, and you may have cut the windows up there. We'll get to that in a minute. I've redesigned the whole inside the ship, not by myself. Some of the design elements are from my faction member, one of our faction members, my friend, basically. Right, so we'll do the outside first. That sensor again was just the scanning antenna turning on, kept it the same. Right, so let's take a look. As you can see, I've changed all the turrets to the new turrets that came in the contact update, because I actually like these turrets. Now I was thinking about changing these turrets on all the military ships and giving them the newer weapons. If you think that's a good idea, leave a comment. But anyway, we changed it out to the warfare thrusters, and as you can see from the front of this to the front of the original one, I've turned the thruster down on its flat instead of up on its side. So what I've done is, again, this was an idea from my teammate and faction member, was to step this area out one block to sort of emulate the military mine layer, where it's sort of sinks down and kind of comes back up. So basically what I've done, I've come over here, I'll show you. This whole section here, all this section from this block, we chopped off and stepped out one block. So the ship is 2 blocks wider than what it originally is, just to give it that bit of detail, that little bit of greeble, shadowy feel to it. Now, coming down the side, you can see we reshaped the side here just to give some detail to the ship. As usual with the military ones, changed it to the war-torn armour. Now, you see all the sideways truss has been changed. So we've sank everything down into the ship, so it's all sitting flush. We've moved the large sideways truss down to here. Again, we put more indentations and greeble into the ship, added some armour panels just for detail, just to break up the flatness of the ship. Done some more indentations here with the blocks. Now what I've done here is I've raised this section here up half a block to raise up the reactor in the reactor room, because like the top, I also moved these thrusters up 1 block so they're not sticking down from the bottom of the ship. Now again, what I normally do, this ship is fully piped up now. I've added 2 connectors onto the side, or 1 connector onto either side of the ship, so this can dock up the stations if you decide to capture and keep it. Now we've changed out the back of the ship, so instead of the arch that comes around here, we've put a small, my faction member calls it a tail, but we've done this. I think it looks nicer, it makes more sense. Again, we have the aviation lights in here, all the thrusters around this section off just to take the square look. Now, I love these blocks, the beam blocks, but unfortunately, and if someone from Keen is watching this, can you give us a beam block that's shaped like this to complete our builds? Because we don't have a beam block in that shape. So I couldn't follow this arc the exact same with the beam block. So of course we had to improvise and just throw this block in here, the T junction, to complete that turn. But if we had a beam block version of this block here, half slope inverted block, that would follow exactly the same way as this. So if someone from Keen is watching, can we have one? Now, I've added more armor underneath the ship. I've given it 2 extra Gatling guns and is this artillery? Assault cannon on the underneath. Right. On the top, what I done was I switched these 2 around. So on the original, the Gatling gun is down here and the missile launcher is up here. But I just decided to switch them around because if a ship is coming in at an angle on the original version and it's coming in at a low angle, you get to here. Those 2 missile turrets on the back can't get you, and the one on the top there, if you're coming in at a low enough angle, won't be able to hit you either. So we've changed it around. So this missile turret now has basically 360 degree all the way around here to contact any targets coming in. So that's enough of the outside. The outside's done. That's basically it. Right, so we'll go in and we'll have a look at the inside. Now, open these hangar gates. Land down here. We're going to walk around the ship. I'm not going to fly. We're going to walk. Now, so we come in. I don't need to close that because the airlock script is on. That will close 30 seconds after it's opened. So, big change in here. There you go, it's closing. Big change in here. So, we have the new inset connector. It makes a huge difference to your landing base. There's no more slope box going down in, so the original connector sits up, flush with the floor. So you have much more basically flat floor space in your landing base. Right, so we'll take a look at the left here. It's a military ship, so we have we've a weapons rack and an armies here on both sides. Again, everything on this side is mirrored on that side, so we're going to tour one side of the ship. So we've kept the large cargo container, changed it to the industrial because it looks nicer. We've put these new floodlights in, again that were brought in the contact update. Added all the pipe work in there just to make it look functional, to make it look like the ship is doing something. Leading into the new the Sparks of the Future interior wall blocks, because they have like nice detail on the sides and just like 4 different sides, so there's 6 different sides on those blocks. We have our air vent up here, so this hangar bay is airtight, and we have our bay windows from the signal update up there. Right, so now we have inset lights on either side as well, just either side of the doors, just again for detail. That's another pipe block turned on its side, so to show the grating and the pipes in there. So we'll head inside here. Again, airlock script is on, so let me close this door behind me so I don't have to wait. Now, let's go through here. Same thing, we have our large cargo container on both sides, an R02 generator to give the ship oxygen. It also has the frostbite texture on it because it's an O2 generator, so it should be iced up, in my opinion. Now we have a look at these corridors. These corridors are not my design. Again, these are from a faction member I don't know. That's his name. So we incorporate his walkway design into the ship. So before we go left, or then there's a ship right. We're going to check out this lower deck first. So we walk along here, and we have 2 doors here. We also have a catwalk block down here, and we come down. This is your entry point or exit point from the airlock. Again, we're a weapons rack and armory because of it's a military ship, so you want weapon racks and armories near the exits. So we come in here. These are the new corridor blocks that are brought in the signal update. This is your medical bay. So let's go into the medical bay and we have a look. So in here, the new captain's desk from the contact update. With an X-ray on it because this is the medical room. And the X-ray, oh, someone must have broke their thumb, giving this video a thumbs up. But anyway, we've X-rays, medical bay, more X-rays. We've 2 dead engineers in here. So just your CAT scan machine. Your basic medical bay. 4 beds in here. Yeah, that's it. So we'll come back out. We're going to go left again because we're going to stay on the left hand side, right hand side of the ship. We come in. We go through this door here. Now, here's where the fun begins when you come into this ship. You turn this corner. And so when you come up these stairs, here's where the fun begins. You have a turret right there. Mightn't get you from this point, so this is probably a bit of a design flaw. Yeah. You might be lucky, you might be unlucky. But here's where the fun begins. We went to this room here. I decided to add a little bit of lore to the game. So, which involves this engineer that's dead on the ground. So once you enter this room, don't worry, the room won't explode. It just sets off alarms and you come in. And the alarm is going off, the lights is knocked off, and your alarm lights on. This is the reactor room. As you can see, the reactor is sparking and there's smoke coming out of it there. So what we do is we check out this engineer, and he has a data pad. So let's have a read the data pad. It is with deep regret that I document the events leading to the current reactor shutdown. The reactor experienced a catastrophic failure, prompting an immediate shutdown sequence. During the process, it was discovered that the primary cooling system developed a significant leak. Attempts to control the situation have failed, and the containment protocols have not engaged as expected. As the coolant levels dropped, the reactor's core temperature began to rise uncontrollably. Radiation levels within the reactor room have escalated to critical limits. I can already feel the effects of radiation exposure: nausea, dizziness, and increasing weakness. Efforts to seal the breach have been unsuccessful, and the situation is rapidly deteriorating. There's little chance of mitigating further damage. My colleagues have evacuated, but I remain to attempt one last override on the cooling system. Main shutdown from the bridge is the only hope. End transmission. Okay, so that means we have to get to the bridge, or else. Okay, so where's the bridge, you may ask? Well, let's come up these stairs here and come around the corner. Before we get to the bridge, we're going to do the rest of the tour. So, in here, because it's a military transport, so it's attracting military personnel, we have the rec room / mess hall. It's just basic couple of tables, your kitchen, sink, stuff like that. TV, bookshelf, couch. Just small little mess hall. Sort of needed in this ship. So we're going to carry on down the corridor. You can see another turret right there. Another turret here hiding around the corner. Now, again, military transport. This ship does not have jump drives, so it has to travel vast distances in space. So we need cryo rooms. So this thing has 6 cryo chambers, 3 on either side of the ship. We come back around here. We come down the stairs here. We're back to where we started when we come in. So we come in and we go left here. And we come up the stairs. Around here we've more weapons racks, armories, lockers, and a toilet. Just in case you need to do your business before you board another ship or go into battle. Now, let's come up here. This is the bridge. So, here's the bridge. That sensor block is off for a reason. So we come in here. And that's what the windows are at the front. This is the bridge. So you have your captain there and your first officer. Yeah. Some astute people will realise that's Captain Kirk and Spock. The colours. Check out the captain. And he has another data pad. So the situation has taken a grave turn. At 1620 hours, a sensor detected an unidentified vessel approaching at high speeds. Attempts to establish communications have failed. Less than 30 minutes ago, they began a direct assault. Our armour is holding for now, but damage to the hull is severe. A more urgent crisis has emerged. The reactor coolant system has developed a catastrophic leak. Containment protocols have failed, and the temperature on the core is rising rapidly. If the reactor overheats, we're looking at a full-scale meltdown. There's no time for repairs. I've given the order to evacuate all non-essential personnel. We are launching escape pods immediately. I'll remain aboard to oversee the evacuation and try to buy more time. But the ship is lost. May those who make it out carry the warning. This enemy is nothing like we've ever seen or faced. End log. So, I don't know, maybe they're talking about the Factorum. But the only way to stop the ship is to hack the control seat here. Now, this is the only control seat on the entire ship. This is the only part of the ship you can fly the ship from. So, that's the tour done. So, let me know what you think of the ship, of the refit, in the comments. And hopefully you enjoy all the refit ships that we've put into the mod. Now, this ship was literally only put into the mod as of recording this video last night. So by the time this video was up on YouTube, that'll be 3 nights ago. So that's the ship done. That's the military transport refit. Now, this is the last ship in the NPC faction upgrade. The next ships that I'm going to be upgrading, as requested by a couple of subscribers, is the encounters. And then after the encounters, I'm going to take a look at the ships that you can buy from the trading stations. But yeah, so the next couple of ships are going to be encounter ships. Now, which ship I'm going to start off with, I don't know. We'll see. I'll be doing 2 versions of the encounter ships. One version that's fully restored and functioning, and one version that's literally an exact damage version of the vanilla version. Sorry, the original version, not vanilla, because it's technically still vanilla. So, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. Comment down below, let me know what you think of the videos, and let me know if the original ship the original mining transport has shown up in your worlds since the update, and leave a thumbs up. Thank you very much for watching.